Welcome back. You're watching FBC Sports. Local players within the Flying Fijians gathered in Suva today as the build-up to the Europe Tour intensifies. While some players set out the fitness test, the focus is now on reps to be on par with the best in the world. Indra Singh was at their training session this morning.
Every player deserves respect no matter where they come from and who makes the Flying Fijians. This is the new motto implemented by the Flying Fijians coaching staff as they start the build-up to the Europe Tour.
Trying to set a standard here locally in Fiji, where not only the overseas-based players, but world rugby at large gets to respect the rugby that we do here in Fiji, in terms of their fitness, in terms of their skill execution, in terms of how the team plays on the field.
These players have been putting their bodies on the line since the start of the rugby season, and now it's time for the national coaches to get them back in shape.
I understand they've been playing quite a lot of rugby, so obviously in terms of their physical fitness levels, during the season it begins to drop. They're rugby fit, but in terms of fitness levels, sometimes it gets to drop as they detrain.
All players selected in the national squad have been urged to work hard if they want to cement a place in the final tour party.
Depends on the boys, how they want it. So, no? Playing test against England is not an easy task. No? There's one good thing for these boys to measure how they can perform against Tier 1 boys.
A lot is at stake for these local-based players as they try to impress head coach Inoke Male for a place in the final 30-member squad for the end of the year tour. Only time will tell if they make their dreams come true on November 10th against England at Twickenham. The long road to making a mark at the 2015 World Cup has started, and looking at the work being put in by these players, we can only hope the Flying Fijians will once again fly high. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, head coach Inoke Male has confirmed that former internationals Viliame Satala and Simon Rewelui will be part of his coaching setup during the tour. Onto the short code now. The 12-member Digicel Fiji side for the Gold Coast Rugby Sevens will be named tomorrow. However, with the new skipper to be announced, the side has more than just the defense of the title to prepare for. The team is pooled with 3 of the best Sevens nations of recent time.
It's that time again when our chosen Sevens reps are put through pain in order to gain glory. Being the defending champions doesn't make things easier for the side, which will face some tough teams in the series, including hosts Australia.
Australians have been is a champion in Japan. They won the Japan tournament, so they are always tough.
But the coaches are not only focused on one team, as they know very well what Scotland and Tonga are capable of.
Scotland is winning in the seal competition, and they are moving up to the plate competition. They are really tough when we came into the pool game. Tonga beat us in Wellington, so it's been a good pool, and it will give us not to rest, just to stay on our feet.
Meanwhile, 2 players in the running for the captaincy role are Osea Kolenisau and Levani Botia. This will be known tomorrow as a new look side is named to take Fiji Sevens forward and lay the platform for a first series win since the 2005-2006 season. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
Our women's rugby sevens team departed Suva today before flying to India tomorrow for the Asian World Cup playoffs. 4 players will make their debut in India, where the side is pooled with Chinese Taipei, South Korea and Sri Lanka. The team needs to finish in the top 3 to qualify for the World Cup in Russia next June. And the captain is optimistic of a good finish.
Our aim is to win the Asian qualifier so that we can go to the World Cup next year in Russia. And my advice to my teammate is we go to India for one reason, just not going for a tour.
On to soccer now rather. The Fiji Football Association is moving on to the last stage of preparations for the 2012 Courts IDC as they await the final 22 member registrations from districts today. They're hoping for a good turnout. And what better way to celebrate our Independence Day? Aksi Tatali with more.
With a week to go for the start of the biggest football tournament of the year, preparations have begun and Fiji FA is adamant of a good outing. However, questions have been raised as to why games will start late on the first day.
It's a Fiji Day celebrations as well. Many people will be occupied in the celebration, and we are not undermining the Fiji Day celebrations. We realize that the school children and others may be involved, and the dignitaries will be involved in the Fiji Day celebration. So we have allowed for that. Then the tournament is in Ba. We are also allowing for people to be traveling from far and
He
wide.
adds there will be no excuses for districts as the parent body has done its part.
Well, districts are saying that they have financial problem. They all knew that the IDC is around the corner and they should have been preparing. We assist the districts by giving them traveling grant and preparation grant. It's not very big amount, but we give them a reasonable amount to work on.
He adds it will certainly be a memorable day for soccer fans as tickets will be sold at a reasonable price. Who will lift the Lloyd Fairbrother Trophy? No one can tell, but only predictions can be made. But come October 14th, we shall know. Aku si Tatale, FBC Sports.
Lack of financial support has forced powerlifting Fiji to withdraw from the World Masters in the United States next week. 3 senior lifters were Texas-bound this weekend, but now are left to ponder on what could have been. Shelvin Chand finds out why.
Super semi turner Eric Chiochi and the man known as the Bull, Eliasa Irava, had been training for months. Powerlifting Fiji feels they have been snubbed because they are a minor sport.
We do not want to, to go abroad and without any finance, because you do understand that there is a lot of fees and needed subs that we need to pay.
Months of hard work has gone to waste. Powerlifting Fiji were not just going to go for the exposure.
But she has been training for 200 kg, so we knew that she's going to bring in gold medal to Fiji. And looking at the men's division, Master Eric, he was lifting 180 kg and he was also training for 200 kg. So we now know, we knew that these guys are going to be bringing gold medals to Fiji, but
all is not lost. The sport has vowed to get back and focus on the next event in Oceania.
We have got all the young athletes that's going to be going over, so we encourage and we request to all the business houses to come and support this minor sport, and we want to send our young junior lifters to go down to to the Oceania.
It seemed that minor sports were given attention for a brief moment. Powerlifting Fiji feels sports like theirs are the real achievers for Fiji, but without the financial backing, they will never get to prove that on the world stage. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Tension is high as our local and international league players try their best to book a place in the national team. But they will have to impress the coach and selectors first in tomorrow's Battle of Thambati. It will be a baptism of fire as our Fiji residents will challenge the visiting New South Wales Fijian side. Only time will tell which team proves to have greater skills and which players make the final cut. Those selected will represent the Vodafone Fiji 13s for the Italy warm-up match on 12th October. That's it from Sports Tonight. I'll see you again tomorrow. Good evening.